Hi everyone, good morning, afternoon, evening, etc., depending on when and where you're seeing this. I hope you're having a great day as usual. Today I have for you a tea that I got as a sample about a month ago. This tea came with different teas that I have tried over the course of the past month, but considering that this is a tea from a country that I hadn't talked about extensively until now, I thought it would be interesting to discuss this tea, considering that it is also an exemplar of a very well known tea. This is a Autumn Flush 2025 Darjeeling Red Tea. So, Darjeeling is a name that you have probably heard many times before. And if you've had, for example, any sort of blend of different red slash black teas like English breakfast or any breakfast blend, there is always a chance that one of the teas that is used to blend and create that sort of accord that people like, one of the teas that will be featured is a type of Darjeeling. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a lot of information regarding the specific estate this tea came from, so I will go with an open mind. I have some ideas of how Darjeeling is, because I haven't had a Darjeeling before. I have focused on talking about Chinese tea, so I haven't really delved too much into Indian teas. But I thought that this would be a very good way to introduce myself to this type of tea. I have had a few Assams, but I have never brewed them in a teapot using gongfu. So this will be a first one for me. And yes, I will brew it this tea as I would brew any sort of Chinese red tea that I like, be it Chimen, be it a Dian Hong, or perhaps a Tanyang Kung Fu, or something like that. I am gonna brew it like that. I think I have here about 5 grams of tea. I boiled it. I generally don't measure my tea, but I think this is about 5 grams of tea. So now I have already warmed all my utensils so they are ready to go. So allow me to load this up. Well, before loading it, I want you to see the leaf. Let's see. Let's make sure it focuses so that you can see the tea. Okay, I think you can appreciate there that the leaves are relatively small. There are a few spots in here. I think it's a very pretty looking tea. I really like how it looks. Some leaves are of course darker, some of them are a bit greener or yellowish because Darjeeling, as you know, is a tea that is not always completely oxidized. It's one of those types of black slash red teas that isn't completely always fully oxidized. It's somewhere in there between oolongs and red teas, though the contrary can also be said. There are some types of oolongs that are so oxidized that they are almost close to what a black tea would be, like the Taiwanese Hong Shui. I think that the difference between oolong and black red tea isn't so much the level of oxidation, more so than how that level of oxidation is achieved. I believe it's that, but if I'm mistaken, please, I apologize. That's what I read one time, I think. So okay, let's focus and get into brewing it. So I'm gonna load it here in my very convenient makeshift tea loading paper. These leaves are very small, so they will enter very easily into my teapot. There are some teas that are just such a hassle to get into this teapot that I just have to use the guy one. I have I have grown to use the teapot more than the guy one. I just like it more. So, am I gonna rinse this tea? No, I generally don't rinse blacks. Wait, hold up, let me focus. There we go. Okay, so yes, I generally don't rinse blacks because blacks are, a type of tea that has its contents readily available very quickly. So I don't think rinse will be necessary. I will just pour in some water. and I'll just leave it there for a very, very brief time. Okay, put a lid on, and then here we go. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Let me make sure that I put everything out. Okay, great. Let me smell the lid of the teapot to see how it smells. It's very, very sweet, herbaceous, a bit flowery. I like it. I like it quite a bit. With that out, let's pour it here on my little cup. Okay, so first impression, huh? You see my matte white so useful? Like I poured some liquid out accidentally and it just absorbed it, and underneath my desk it's completely dry. I really like this. I ditched the old thing that I had. It was a gift, and I just wanted to have it around with me because it was, a gift, but I really did not like it. I really prefer to drink tea like this. So, once again, let's focus. Here we have the liquor. It's clear. It has a very pretty amberish, reddish, copperish tone. I really like how this black tea looks on the first steeping. It's not too red, but it's not too yellow or orange. I like it. So, color, clarity. I like it. It's very clear. Let's then smell the aroma. Well, the liquor itself is usually not something that has a lot of aroma. Usually the aroma will be found more in the teapot, but the liquor itself has a very pleasant aroma to it. It's very similar to the aroma found inside of the teapot, a very similar fragrance. I like it quite a bit. Okay, so clarity, fragrance, good. Let's go then with how it tastes. Okay. Okay, so first impression from this steeping. Very mellow tea, very sweet tea. Let's get first with the sweetness. It's a very sweet tea. It's the type of sweetness that you would expect from rock candy or anything like that. Or from, for example, the type of sweetened flavor that sugarcane has. I think that is very good. I like it quite a bit. It's very pleasant. It's not overwhelming. It's very, very pleasant. Very good sweetness. The smoothness. This is a very smooth tea. There's absolutely no type of astringency that I can detect in this first steeping. It goes down very well. The lingering sensation that leaves in my body, I think it spreads down my throat to a moderate degree. It's not super energetic in any way. So, on the five basic types of evaluation: color, fragrance, sweetness, smoothness, and the lingering sensation, I think this first steeping says something very good about this tea. Let me drink the rest of it. Now that the liquor has cooled down, perhaps I'm going to be able to detect some different notes. Let's see. It's a bit it's a bit strangely, I wouldn't say musky, but there's something animalic going on, but it's just so gentle. It reminds me of like a small creature or something like that. Very soft, very tender, very very cute. I know that's a weird way to express myself about this tea, but that's just what comes to mind. Very good. I like this black tea. I took that last sip and a gulp because it's very good. Okay, second steeping. I'm going to do 3 steepings, and the rest, I'll spare you the rest because I think that the first 3 or 4 steepings are, about everything you'll get from a worthy evaluation. So let's go. Second steeping. I hope my teapot does not do something very naughty that it does at times when I don't. Okay, it didn't. Good. Okay, cool. Okay, Darjeeling. Second steeping. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if something changes or if I taste something different. Okay, so once again, now we see the color has intensified a little bit. It's a bit more reddish. I think this is closer to what the tea's true taste is. So perhaps the first steeping was more aromatic, more fragrant than other thing. It was not super punchy or tasty, but at the end of the day, it's the first steeping. That's normal. So, second steeping. Let's see. Okay. Okay. There's a bit of a slightly bitter note now at the end. It's not bad. Bitterness itself is not bad. Bitterness is part of the flavor, but it's a bitterness that complements the rest of the tea. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fruity. A hint of smoke, maltiness, but not like Bailing Kung Fu maltiness, but some maltiness, complexity. There are many things going on. At times it's a bit herbal. At times it reminds me a bit of like how a mandarin would taste. But those are just like my notes taken from a Western perspective. If I have to evaluate this tea using a more traditional Chinese way of seeing things, I think it is. Then once again, liquor, very clear, very good color, very aromatic. It's still very, very aromatic, very sweet. It's smooth, and it has that, and it leaves a residual sensation within me. Oh yes, this tea came via One River Tea. This is a sample from them. This is a great tea page. I recommend it. They have some great stuff. A lot of the green teas I consume come from them, and I trust them. They do their job. They are one of my favorite sellers, and this sample came from them. I'll probably try to email them to see where they got this from, because they probably don't have access to it again. But maybe I can get something similar from a nearby estate. But well, let's see. That's just mere speculation. Okay, let's see. Final steeping of this video. Okay. Opa. I need to get something out of rattan or loofah, but I'm broke right now, so well, in the future. Look at that. Look at that. Just to make a small tangent. Look at that. This place is too humid. I'm sweating too much, but I'm enjoying myself a lot. Too much as well with this tea. So, third steeping. Very well. Once again, we see. Let me check the cameras to see how it's going. Okay. Okay. So still very reddish colored. Very good. Very good. Very good. I like it. Well, this third steeping is not too different from the previous steeping. It still has that. It's a bit more bold, slightly more bold, but the overall profile is about the same, which is very good. This is a tea that I have enjoyed so far. It, I would describe it as a bit citric, herbaceous, um, a bit of that muscatelish note to it. It has good staying power. It's sweet. It's a sweet tea. I like that. It's smooth as well. There's little to no astringency. Little to no astringency. I think that is very good. I also really like the color of this tea. It looks very good. Well, I have to say that I am very glad with this tea. It really it really reached my expectations, which were none. And because it reached those expectations, which were none, it actually surpassed them. To give this video a conclusion, this is a great tea. This is, to me, an impression of Darjeeling that's very positive. It's a tea that I will have on my mind whenever I think about a black tea that's very good and has. I think it's also more classic in profile than other Darjeelings that I have seen, because my impression of Darjeeling from other teas that I saw before was that it was like a very lightly oxidized black tea, to the point where it sometimes looked like a oolong tea. But no, this is just a good red tea. It's very good. So, as I pour my last cup of this video, I want to thank you as always for listening to me speak about tea. It's been a pleasure to drink this tea and talk about it with you. I hope you're having a fantastic day as usual. I didn't upload for a good while because I just had some personal issues, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to, continue posting on a regular basis, or whether I will just post whenever I feel I'm ready to post. But anyway, be it one way or another, I am glad that I got to speak about this tea, and I am also glad that I got to talk to you. If you have anything you would like to say to me, you can write it in the comments. What else? What else? I think that's about it. Yes. Thank you very much once again. It's been a pleasure to spend 25 minutes of my day with you. And I hope once again that you have a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, etc. I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.